It was like really an exhilarating experience to walk into the Vigyaan Bhawan. Walking the steps, it's just unbelievable what you feel, what I felt.
Welcome back everyone to Showbiz India Celebrity Profile, and once again it is my pleasure to welcome the intensely talented Tabu to USA and to Showbiz India. It's always great to see you.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And now I know you travel a lot. Of course, your work takes you very many places and you travel a lot otherwise as well. So on a light note, let's begin with, so what are your favorite travel spots?
My favorite holiday spot is in India actually. It's in Kulu Manali. It's in Himachal and I love the mountains, and I've shot a lot in Kulu Manali, and since then it's become my favorite spot. Like if I ever want to live other than Mumbai, I'd like to live in Kulu Manali.
Well, let's talk about you, rest and relaxation. What are some of the things that Tabu likes to do to just relax?
I think listening to music relaxes me a lot. Being around my friends is, I think, tops as a relaxation device for me. Watching a good movie, actually the whole experience of going for a movie with friends and just getting completely lost in the world of that story, it's really relaxing for me.
Any particular genre of movies that you gravitate towards?
I like dramas, I like romantic films, stories, intense dramas, yeah.
So what would you say was the last great film you saw? Or some of your all-time favorite films?
I saw an old Hindi film called Sangharsh recently, and I saw Amrapali again. I loved it.
If we were to look into your iPod, what music would we find?
Begum Akhtar, Abida Parveen, Robbie Williams, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, of course. And it's a mix of Telugu, Tamil, Bangla music. I love listening to Bengali songs. Anything melodious. I don't like the heavy metal, the banging kind of, music.
That's okay.
So yeah, anything soft and melodious.
Speaking of cinema, with 3D being so popular all over the world now, it's also entered India. What do you think about 3D and cinema?
I know 3D as a viewer. I don't understand it as a business thing. But yeah, I see a lot of 3D happening around. I think the kids really enjoy watching movies in 3D. I enjoy it sometimes if the glasses are of good quality, otherwise I get a headache.
Yeah. You're very, very accomplished. Earlier this year, you got one of the highest honors anyone can ever get, the Padma Shri. First of all, hearty congratulations for that. And what an astounding feeling that must be.
It is. It is.
When you first heard you were getting the Padma Shri, what was your reaction?
I don't remember what my reaction was, because I think, yeah, there's that initial rush and all the calls and everything, but it actually gets absorbed and it sinks in. It takes a long time for it to sink in. Also because it's not given for any particular film or one particular performance. It's acknowledging and honoring your entire life.
At such a very young age. It's really an achievement. Wow.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you look at it from the outside, I'm trying to look at it from the outside and get a sense of what I have done and, why this has come about. And because when you are the person who's created all that, you can't look at it objectively. It's a thing of great pride that government of your country has, is telling you that they're proud of you. And they're proud that you are an Indian and that you belong to you're an Indian citizen, and that you carry, the responsibility of being an Indian, and they've just sort of validated all your efforts and your choices. Not that one did it with that intention, but when you get an honor like this, you sort of feel that, okay, whatever I did was was worth it and it had some meaning, and I was always right in whatever I was doing.
Well, I'd love to relive that journey if you would allow us to, from that flight that you took to New Delhi. What was that like, the experience to enter and actually get that?
It was like really an exhilarating experience to walk into the Vigyaan Bhawan. Walking the steps, it's just unbelievable what you feel, what I felt, and it goes down in your memory, and it's like completely etched in your mind as an experience that you will never forget.
So speaking of Facebook and your fans all over the world, we posted that we're going to be interviewing you, and your ardent fans have some questions. So let's begin with one of them, if that's all right with you. One of your fans wants to know, what is the role that perhaps has struck a chord with you the most?
The roles that I've done have been pretty much larger than life, but I think the character that came closest to me was the character I played in Chini Kam, because I was playing exactly who I am. I was playing my age. I was playing a person who actually I could be. It came very easily to me to be that character. Yeah, I really identified with that character the most.
Which of your role was the most challenging role for you?
Hututu was very challenging. Chandni Bar was challenging. I think most of the roles that I did were very challenging. That's the reason I picked them up. Yeah.
And of course, all your fans, this question comes over and over again, want to know what we can look forward to.
Right now, I have just one film that I have completed making. It's called Life of Pi with the director Ang Lee. He's a brilliant director.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
We're all looking forward to that.
It's also in 3D, in fact. So yeah, it's going to be a spectacular experience. And it's based on the book Life of Pi. And we've just finished filming, and we will be ready in 2012, December.
So one of the questions again from our Facebook fans is, so what kind of films do you see yourself acting in the future? More comedy, drama?
I don't really look at the genre of the film before selecting it. As long as I like the role, I like the story, I like the character that I'm playing, that's most important. If I'm acting, then I should be doing more characters that are real. I want to see myself doing that and giving that to people. But for me as an actor and as an audience, I want to see better female characters so that they inspire us and they inspire women, and they speak something about the strength of a woman and the other aspects of her personality.
You would make such a wonderful director. You can just know that just talking to you. Have you ever thought of that?
Many times.
Yeah?
I don't know if I'll make a good director. Maybe I look like that.
No.
I can. It's great to imagine myself in that role. I love imagining myself in the role of a director. It would be fun, and I would have control over everybody, and nobody will have control over me. So I think I'm ready to get to that stage where I don't want to be, controlled by anybody and everybody.
Now, Tabu, you have the unique distinction of being an actor who's truly worked in international cinema. You have done, of course, Hindi cinema, you've done South Indian cinema, you've done international cinema, Hollywood. What are the different aspects of cinema, and how do they each vary from one another?
Indian films will tell stories about Indians. Americans will tell stories about Americans. Like I said, the stories are different, but the way of working as an industry, as a business, is the same.
Is it? I was going to say,
it's totally the same, because this is what I have come to understand or realize, that business is the same all over the world. There is no superior, inferior, there is no better or worse. Everyone's is doing a business, so the hierarchy is the same, and the way the people work is the same.
And on a more philosophical note, for you, what would you say is the essence of life for you?
Essence of life is to find who you are for every human being, I think. I guess it is the essence is to find a purpose that engages you and that fulfills you, and that's your calling, and that's what you do as long as you live. I think it's the journey to find that.